everybody, it's your girl CC with Where It Begins Magazine, and I have a special guest on the line with me today. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, who she is, what she does, and where she's from.
Hi, everybody. I am Chef Catore. I am a private chef and a traveling caterer. I service New York City, New York, Hamptons, New Jersey, Georgia heavily, and Texas.
Awesome, and congrats.
Thank you.
So, what or who motivated you to want to be a chef?
I say this a lot. I never thought I was going to be a chef. So there was no motivating drive behind it. I know I liked cooking because I did it with like my grandmother and the normal upbringing of family, but a chef was never on my to-do list. I was going to be a super social worker, saving one foster child like me at a time. And one day the universe just shifted, that we'll probably get into, and I ended up becoming a chef. I started as a business consultant, then business management, and then I went right into culinary school. And I branched off within 6 months of graduating and working with Michelin star restaurants in Barclays as a private chef.
Oh, well, congratulations again. Look, I was looking at those pictures on your website, and they look so good. They are beautiful. I can't
Thank
wait to
you.
come down there and try your food. I was like, oh my goodness. Even the vegan pictures and stuff, I was like, oh yes.
Yeah,
Lobster,
vegan is in.
yes, it is. But that lobster one you got up there, I gotta try it. I gotta try it.
I got you. That's a signature right there. Lobster mac and cheese is like the thing.
So tell me, which one is your favorite? What's your favorite dish or dessert you like to make?
That I like to dessert. My favorite dessert I like to make, which probably is really, really old school, is I love infused banana pudding or a infused bread pudding. So I think the bread pudding is my personal favorite, and I infuse it with like a Uncle Nearest caramel drizzle that I kind
Mm-hmm.
of soak into it. But my clients, for some reason, my bread puddings sell out in the South, and my banana puddings sell out heavily in New York and New Jersey. Like
Wow.
in 5 minutes, I do the jars and they go so fast.
And you can ship it down here to Atlanta,
I
right?
can ship. No, I'm in Atlanta way
Okay.
more than anywhere else. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in New York half the month, Atlanta half the rest of the month. And like food wise, I have this kale salad. It's a roasted kale salad with
Mm-hmm.
roasted sweet potatoes, white or orange, sweet potatoes. And I do a sun dried tomato with the onion Vidalia dressing, and I do a toss on a rainbow kale. And my clients fall in love with it. And because it's vegan, it's healthy. It's the texture becomes very soft instead of crunchy. People love it because it's easy to digest. And I have this apricot glaze reduction chicken that I've been making with like a grilled peach. And for
Mm.
some reason, people love chicken, but the sauce on this has been a number one like turnover right now. As simple as it may seem, people just love the sauce. And sauce with any dish is what makes the dish.
Well, I can't wait to try it. I can't wait. So, where do you see your company? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I have a little NDA that I cannot really push out there, but
Okay.
I can give some gist. I am going to be opening up a cafe. I do not want a restaurant. Um, I don't like masses of things coming in like this. I like to be able to semi-control things. So I love cafes. I love that it's a very intimate setting. So I am going to be working with a lot of industry heads, a lot of artists that are celebrities, a lot of artists that are mainstream and that are trying to become mainstream or just want their voice out there. And I'm going to have a
Mhm.
platform in my cafe for that will also be paired with a special, very special menu that's dedicated to a special, how do you say, group of people that
Okay.
a lot of people do not highlight in related to food and consumption. So there's
Mm.
no other of in the world. There's no other cafe or restaurant that's geared toward this population of people. And I will be the only cafe that will be focused on this level of food.
Awesome.
So I'm
Well,
extremely excited about
congratulations. I know you can't give me the exclusive, but congratulations to you.
and I'm excited about that. And the other project that I'm going to be working on, which I think is so important, is teaching new chefs and new business people and people who are already in the game but never got game how to run a business the way that I've been running my business. And I've only been in business for 6 years legally.
Hmm.
But I've known business because of my pre-referral specialist and office management background. I've known it for a long time. But to know the business of your business, to know how to structure a business, to know the documentations that need to go in the business, to know about healthcare in business, and setting yourself up for the what ifs of business, having teaching people the consultation part of business and the structure. That's another platform that I'm going to be setting up soon for people, where it's going to be like a whole package deal, and we're going to have like 3 days where we go out and have like a venue space or like a mansion space. It's going to switch up every time, and people are going to it's going to be a ticketed sale event for 3 days where other entrepreneurs who are successful come in and teach people business structure, but from a culinary standpoint and from a paperwork standpoint.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't want to do paperwork.
Right.
So learning the systems of paperwork that can allow you to do the business of your business without over exceeding yourself.
Okay, all right. I like that. I can't wait to see this. I
Yeah,
can't
we
wait
could
to
work
see it.
together. We could definitely work together on that.
Yes. Just let me know. I'm here.
I got you.
But I do want to talk about you being on the Food Network. You've been you've been what on there 3 times, competitor on
Hmm.
there. How was the
Yes.
experience? Let's talk about
Uh
it.
so pardon me. So I did Food Network Chopped. I did Food Network Kitchen Crash, and I
Mm.
did the Food Network Fire Masters.
Mm.
Out of all three, I think Fire Masters was the hardest. Chop was the best experience,
Mm.
and Kitchen Crash gave me an experience.
Okay.
So with Chop, it is timed. It is timed. You do not know what's going on. It's not even scripted. Like everything is what it is in that show.
Mm.
And I tell people I will not tell you if I won or lost. I will tell you you have to watch it because it keeps me on the air. And for some reason, I stay revolving every 2 weeks. I stay in the revolving sector of Food Network, which I'm very happy for. So thank everybody who keeps watching and keeps tuning into it. It's the fried food deliciousness episode.
Okay.
And the Fire Masters is the season pro episode, and the Kitchen Crash episode is the Long Island episode.
Mm.
But they all taught me the importance of time management, of pacing yourself, of knowing how to make something out of nothing, even if you don't know what nothing is. And that's a life lesson in itself that doesn't even have to be food related. So it taught me a lot, and it taught me that I'm not meant for competitions. Like something you just have to know, like you're good at and you're not. And I'm not. I'm good at being fast paced in the kitchen because I know I have an event. I'm not good at battling with other people in a space. I'm a better team player than I am a competitor.
Well, at least you noticed that. So that's a good thing. And like you
I,
said, at least you got the experience. So that's
yeah,
awesome too.
yes, definitely. I also did something with Ford Motors and Transparency Films.
Okay.
And they featured me as a woman entrepreneur for Women's Month, um, as a New York chef and what it felt like to be a maverick in the streets of New York as a caterer and a private chef. which is really cool because they did not edit anything. Everything was raw, how it was, and they highlighted it in a way that made me feel like my voice was heard as a chef with my experience. And a lot of times in this industry, you never know what, in any industry, you never know what somebody's going through or went through to
Yeah.
get to where they currently are. And I love the fact that they didn't filter anything. They allowed my story to be genuine and without any filters, and that made me feel really good.
Okay. I love that. I love that. And congratulations for being on
Thank
there
you. Thank
too.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it'd be like you never know what you're gonna get picked for, and I tell
Yep.
people take every opportunity, like take it, take it. Just you don't, it's not gonna come around twice. It's a rarity it comes around twice. So if it comes to you, take it. Just see if it works out or not. Because that opportunity, you may just meet somebody in the interim of that can be.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be the opportunity itself you need, but it may be something in the room that you need.
Yeah. 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 But let's talk about meal prep. You do meal prep.
Mm.
Give us some tips on meal prep.
So currently, I do a lot of meal prep for a lot of people, but I am a French Montana's private meal prep chef. Sammy, the artist, his private meal prep chef, and we are going on tour for his album right now, which is really dope. So please stream it. Um, so yeah, meal prepping. Uh, I think a lot of people think they know how to meal prep,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not easy. Uh, I tell people all the time, learn macros, learn micros, learn calories. You have to know a person's blood type before you just start giving them things to put in their system. A lot of people do not talk to people about their goals, their health concerns and conditions, um, have them sign waivers to disclose information before you even meal prep for them. There's these menus out there, and it's like chicken, fish, rice, broccoli. All of my food is sourced from a farm or from all my meats are sourced halal from Prince Abu's butchery.
Mm-hmm.
My meat is freshly slaughtered. My seafood comes from the ocean and a seafood purveyor. I don't do secondhand stuff. And the food that you put into people's bodies are sources of energy. So when I meal prep based on my client's goals. Everybody's goal isn't to lose weight. Some people's goal is to maintain and sustain, and some people's goal is to just have food in the house. So meal prepping isn't just people want to lose weight. Meal prepping is also people who don't want to cook or who can't cook or who are too busy to cook or their families just need to have reduced stress on them. So all meal prep is not healthy meal prep as well. Some
Right.
people just want soul food. Some people just want whatever their culture is of food because they can't cook, they won't cook, or they don't have the ability to for health reasons or busy reasons. But if you want to talk about healthy meal prep cooking, it's a very structured business.
Okay.
It's very meticulous, and you have to have the patience to do it and the consistency to do it because you can lose a client real quick if you say I'll meal prep for you 1 week and then you disappear for 2 or 3. And to work with me, you have to have at least a 2 week minimum contract with 5 to 7 days. Preference is 5, where you agree to staying on board.
So, are there any chefs that you admire or follow to kind of mentor you?
Ooh, yeah, so right now I've been working very, very closely with Chef El Simone. She wrote a book called Boards, which focuses on like charcuterie boards. We work very closely together. Chef Jay Ponder, we he mentors me a lot in the business with doing how do you say group projects with other people who want to learn how to cook. He's been a great support system. Chef Al Thomas has been a great support system. Chef Ingram, who used to be or probably still is uh uh what's her name? Oh, Jesus Christ. Dwayne Wade. and Gabrielle Union Chef. Yeah, he's
Okay.
always open to giving me business advice and input on things. I've built a very strong chefs network. In Atlanta, Chef Nell works with Bow Wow. Um, and then I take on chefs who want mentoring as well. So I don't know if you know any of those names, but they've been a very strong, positive influence for me in this industry because a lot of times people don't want to let you in. You know,
Right.
I'm still new to them, 20, 30 years in the game. Um, I'm still a baby,
Mm-hmm.
so they always tell me, they say you've grown so fast, you've gotten so far so fast, you've been in a lot of rooms that most people they've never been there. They don't even know how to get into it. And we're not just talking about celebrity rooms, we're just talking about nonprofit rooms or working with companies or working with kids or giving back, just putting yourself in good spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been an integral part in my career, even if it's just checking up on you, seeing how you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
keeping that strong basis. Chef Willie Wallace, who was Kanye's chef during his big tour, we're really good friends. I can name a lot of people because I keep a strong chef's network. And I keep a tight circle of people who we all have a goal and we're not against each other and we want to see each other win and we pass different clients on to each other and we trust each other. So yeah, I'm very blessed to have always had open arms in this industry.
Okay. All right. I like that. And that's a good thing. I like when people work together because you
Yeah.
can't get a lot of people that like to work together. So that's an awesome thing. So definitely. But what would you think is the biggest challenge in your career?
Saying no,
Hmm.
definitely saying no. And the biggest challenge is saying no because food brings people together. And I feel like if somebody chooses me or they want me to work for them, I try to always find a way to fit them in. And sometimes that stops me from getting the rest I need or focusing on things that the business needs because I'm a
Hmm.
people person. And this is a business of peopling. So I think that is the biggest challenge. And also with everything new with this chat GPT and AI, I think that's probably honestly the most hardest thing is keeping up with the new trends.
Hmm.
The If this is about to be the new thing, what's the programs? How does my business benefit or how can it start working with it?
Right.
Um, Trying to differentiate from I'm 37, so the social media world and keeping abreast with that and knowing the things that need to be done to keep relevant but also staying true to myself and loving to do the footwork, loving
Hmm.
to be personable with my clients, but also giving my clients the visuals because it's social media. So I think that's one of the things is being able to juggle running a business and honestly also running social media. It's very hard because I'm a very hands-on person, and sometimes giving up your baby to an assistant or a virtual person, so that you can have more time for you and your clients, like giving up information for somebody else to run, that can sometimes be hard to let go of.
That's true. I agree. I agree. Agree.
Very.
But we talked about your challenges. Let's talk about your accomplishment. What would you think is your biggest accomplishment so far in your career?
Personally, um pushing through a lot of my health conditions. A lot of people give up.
Yeah.
When I had when I went through cancer, when I went through my tumors, um I could have gave up. Whenever I have anything health wise, I could be like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm just gonna go back to social work because that's safe. It's a 401k. It's a steady stream of income. And when you get sick, that's the first thing you start thinking about. Because as an entrepreneur, you have to basically, pardon me, you have to figure things out.
Right.
Your healthcare is, you have to pay into your own healthcare now yourself. So I think that's one. Um, Another one would possibly be, I think when I pride myself on my bubbly personality,
Okay.
because when I step into a room, I do believe I'm told that I'm memorable. My personality is memorable, and I give back a lot to people, and I'm always willing to offer information. So I'm very, very, that makes me very proud. That makes me very proud that I don't give up on being happy. I'm always the joy. People say they hardly ever see me upset, and that can change and shift the room and the universe.
Mm.
So I take extreme pride in that. Um, I think one of like the highlights in this whole thing would probably be like starting the business. I'm very proud to have started the business, to not giving up on it, to this. We have months where it's down months and you're not getting any gigs, any clients, any events, and you get depressed. And I never give up on myself. I never give up on knowing that this is you have to work on the business of the business during this time.
Right.
So that is something that's a highlight for me, is that even during the slow months, I find something to do or to give back or to give my time to, where it keeps me busy, and I don't give up just because it's not going the way I want it to. I find something to do to stay relevant or to stay out of my head. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, is there any advice or anything you want to let the audience know before we get off?
Um, Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's not. And I applaud everybody who goes into it. And I say this to people all the time. If you cannot stop thinking about it, if it's something that's on your mind, you sleep on it, you wake up, you dream of it, it don't leave your spirit and your soul, go for it. And the first thing that you need to be doing is a vision board. A vision board will outline, it will manifest your life, it will structure you for your goals, and it'll put it into the universe that this is something that you want to come into fruition. So
Mm-hmm.
do your vision board, manifest your dreams, give yourself a shot. A lot of people are not able to walk in their purpose. And a lot of people are not able to say, I've, I'm 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, and I did something I wanted to do. And you can keep your 9 to 5, but do
Mm-hmm.
something you want to do too. Don't give up on something that truly makes your soul happy. And you can find me at ChefCatore on Instagram.
Okay. Well, that was gonna be my next question. Shout out your social media. Can we look for a
Yeah.
book? Can we look
Um,
for a book? A
so
cookbook?
it will be a book that will be coming out. It's a memoir cookbook.
Okay.
So it will be the stages of my life from foster care into uh teenagehood, into adulthood, into social work, into culinary. And each of the chapters will be based on a different part of my life with a recipe that's associated to that part of my life. So you get a
Nice.
part of me and then a part of me.
Okay.
So
Uh,
if you stay on my social media, I'll be throwing little samples of it and then the release.
all right. Well, I
Okay.
definitely gonna follow, and I am a bookworm, so I will get the book just for the support when it comes
I
out.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, but I definitely want to say thanks for interviewing with me today. It's a pleasure to get to know you and a little bit about your journey. Continue to do the best that you can and have a
Thank
great
you.
year.
Thank you.
And like
Thank
I
you.
said, I can't wait to try out your food because it looks
Thank
so
you.
delicious.
And yeah, and I really love the name of your company, Where It Begins. because that's such a prevalent and strong statement. And I don't
Yes.
think people really they're not looking at that the way I'm looking at it, where it begins, and it all begins with you. And that is it's so powerful. So thank you for even having this platform and having a name like that that stands behind something like us. So thank you for
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Look, you just motivated me. So you, like you said, you brighten up the room. You just brighten me up today.
thank
So I
you.
appreciate it. 'Cause that's how it came. The name came with, I feel like everybody has a testimony. Everybody have a journey. It begins with you. Share your story. So I love
Yes,
it.
it's beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem. And when you back in Atlanta or when you have different things, let me know.
I
I'm coming.
will. I definitely will. I definitely will. We have a lot going on in Atlanta in the next few months.
Okay. Well, let me know because I'm coming to get that lobster.
More awesome. Oh, I'll send you the dates after this.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a blessed day and thanks
You
again.
too. Thank
All
you.
right.